self-love. Is there anybody that does not love themselves?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. As in, there are so many people that don't even understand what it means to love.
True.
Honestly, there are so many people that do not understand what it means to love.
Yes.
They can't even love themselves, not talk of loving somebody else. So, yes.
And you know, there's a thin line between self-love and selfishness. You can just tilt overboard and all in the name of, oh no, self-love.
Self-love.
So we'll be talking about that. But what do you think about this speaker that he's oddly shot and killed a newspaper vendor?
It is
like
absolutely horrible. It's devastating. It's ridiculous thinking that we're just coming out of this whole NSAS thing.
Exactly.
It's almost unbelievable.
Yes.
Exactly. And he's coming out with an apology, which, fine, is fair enough considering we usually don't get anything in Nigeria, but it's still not enough. Somebody's
What
dead.
is even the urgency? What I even want to understand is this whole oddly process, sirens everywhere,
Exactly.
because the speaker is moving around. That when a human life is in the way, you would rather clear the life than to slow down the convoy or however. I'm not even sure of the facts of how they were moving.
You can't even walk. You can't even pass. You can't even breathe when they are walking. You have to like clear and God help you if you mistakenly break a convoy. Like that's the end.
There was a time this convoy thing was stopped.
But
under a passenger or
we've heard that so many times. SARS has been stopped like every year since like 2015. Next year I'm sure they're still coming.
They started already now.
Exactly.
SARS has started. Have you tried going into town? From Guaripa?
What?
Wusetu at night?
Really?
Or just right?
I had to stop me for my hair.
They will still stop you for your hair. They stereotype people based on your look.
They define you.
Yes.
Not the way you.
Self-love. But what exactly would you say is self-love, especially as relating to Nigerian women?
I don't know how Nigerian women define self-love.
But you know how you.
Yes, exactly. I think self-love is all-encompassing. We're talking about self-confidence, we're talking about self-assurance, we're talking about love for yourself, love for your neighbors, love for everybody really.
Yes.
So when we talk about self-love, it's not about being selfish about myself. It's about loving myself enough not to need validation from somebody else.
Yeah.
That is my definition of self-love. I don't know
or not to compromise your standards.
Not to compromise my standards. Say, oh, like we were talking earlier, say, this person in society is going to say this society. If it makes you happy and you're not hurting somebody else, by all means go ahead and do it.
Yes.
That is self-love. As long as you're not hurting the next person. I wake up one day, I want to go to Dubai. I'm going to go to Dubai. I'm not going to say, oh, I have 2 kids. They're not breastfeeding. You should be able to do things that make you happy. And once you're happy, you'll be a better person for your husband, your children, your neighbors, your friends, everybody.
Yes. So I think it's even is that lack of freedom that some women don't have in marriages that eventually make the marriage crumble. Because you see, you are dating someone, you do things, and the person thinks it's cool.
Yeah.
They think you guys are friends, and it's cool. Suddenly, when you are married, the person expects you to become a different creature. But we forget that human beings don't really change. What's your foundation? Yes. You don't expect somebody to just change. And it's
just because you go to the court or the mosque or church or whatever.
Or a piece of paper is
say, okay, you're not married, and automatically everything changes. You're who you are.
Yes. And what really bonds you guys together is your relationship.
The background I came from, like, you know, my father, my mother, they'll give me Valentine's Day cards, they'll give me happy birthday cards, presents and all that. So I don't necessarily crave it from a man or from anybody else. I'm self-assured in my confidence, in my abilities, in my love. You don't have to have monetary things or financial things to give a child. There's a lot of ways you can show a child love. If my daughter wakes up in the morning and she doesn't hug me, I know there's a problem.
Yes.
Do you understand? So if she marries somebody that doesn't show her love, doesn't hug her, it's going to be a problem.
Yes.
Because that's what
she was instilled
with. Exactly. She was instilled with love. I grew up with love.
Yes.
I got married at 25 and, well, will I say unfortunately, or, you know, my husband could not continue that tradition. So it was a problem for me because I thought, that's not the way it should be. Initially, I started having issues, so I need to depend on him to do that.
But did you overlook it initially?
I did not overlook it. I made it a problem. Okay. But then later I realized I don't even need him to do that. I could do that by myself. I could go out and have a party. I could be happy without having him there.
Do the
And
thing
obviously
for
that
you.
then became a problem for him.
Yes.
Because I now became totally, and when I say independent, I'm not talking financially. I became emotionally
And I think that's the most
independent.
powerful
Exactly.
kind of
I
independence.
became so emotionally independent. My self-love was like on
Over the top.
It was over the top. Like I don't even need you to tell me, oh, I don't need you to say anything to me. I'm walking out like I'm the Queen of England.
Okay, there's a general saying.
Yeah.
Now you put your head, Baba go Baba.
Mm.
You understand?
Yeah.
When it comes to finding a partner,
Mm.
the way you lay, you know that, okay, this is not you. I don't like to do this. Why is it that women find it because the overall notion of I want to get married is clouding your foresight? You know, as you said, imagination.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't even start to put your real self out there.
Exactly.
To let the man know what he's dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
If you're somebody that you know that, I'm not someone who likes to cook 2-4-7.
In fact, that cooking.
You know,
that
why
cooking is
don't
a
you
topic.
put it out there? I have noticed that nobody eats out in Nigeria like Nigerian men.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always been a thing
Yeah.
for me. Like, I always wonder that these men I see out, they have partners.
Yeah.
We don't have the culture of taking your loved one. Okay, you know what? Don't
Sit down,
cook.
go ahead.
Let's go for lunch.
Mm-hmm. I cook when I love you. You don't expect that.
I love this.
You're not talking to me.
Yes.
You're frowning face. You're carrying
That's
shoulder.
slavery.
And you expect I come back and I cook
Cook for you,
It
yes.
doesn't work. The food will never be sweet. Like I can't. I don't know. And I said that in a family meeting, and all the people are like, "Ee." I'm like, I won't do it. I cook for you because I want to love you.
Yes.
I want to take care of you, not because
Yes.
it is a duty for me to do.
And the thing is, do you notice that most things that will make it force over, oh, you don't do this, you don't cook for me, it's not a big deal if there is love.
Exactly.
If someone is treating you with care and affection,
You will do
you know you can
everything.
fetch water
On your head, you carry it on your head.
No.
You carry it on your head. You do anything.
It's for the
I was
person.
saying to my friend the other when I got married initially, if we go somewhere and okay, we come to your house and you give him maybe banga and he likes it, hey, princess, we have disturbed you. Princess, you have to teach me how to make this banga.
Yes,
because
now
I
I
want to take care of him. I want to nurture him. I want to love him.
It's a woman's
Not because
nature,
it is
yes.
a duty for me.
Like you said before, that those men, they go out to eat.
Yes.
That is called self-love to them.
Exactly.
You see,
So why can't we love ourselves too? As
Exactly.
women.
this is what I've never understood.
Even if we are women go out, if we want to go out
Constantly-
and still buy for
They
the
will
man and
still, they
bring
will
home.
still talk.
You won't have the guts to go out and eat on your own and just have fun. But why?
The truth of the matter is that you cannot give from an empty cup. If you are not even taking care
That
of
is
yourself,
a bad
you can't
statement.
even take care of a baby.
You know when people say, what will people say? What will society say? Who is this society?
Yes.
Who? As in, is there an address? Do they have a place?
A location.
Who is the
A
person?
foreign address.
Honestly, because I don't get it. You keep hearing society will say this, they will judge. But who exactly are these people? Even you as a person, if you hear some kind of gist about me, at most you talk about it 1 day, 2 days, you've moved on. Everybody has forgotten.
Because you're looking for your own
Exactly. It is you
fulfillment.
that needs to deal with it. So when they say, if society thinks I'm a good woman by taking care of my kids or staying at home 2-4-7, and I don't think so, it doesn't make me a good woman. I probably wouldn't even be a good mother to those children because I don't get fulfillment from that.
Exactly.
But when I go out, I work, I come back, my
And
children
you have
say
life balance.
they want to buy ice cream, I don't have to say go and ask daddy and things like that. That makes me happy that I can provide for my children and they can see that I'm an independent, strong woman, even though they do have a father.
Yes.
Do you understand? So for me, it's a no-no, and I'm not one person that listens to. Just this morning, I just thought of it. Who is society? Who is this society that they keep saying? Society will say this. Society will judge you. There's nobody like society. It's just a thing that we are made to believe.
I don't believe it's an excuse. Because if you notice in life, anything you truly want to do, you genuinely want to do something,
Exactly.
you don't ask anybody.
Exactly.
You just go for the kill, you do it.
Exactly.
It's when you want an excuse not to do it.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful
It's
thing.
such
Some
a
people
beautiful
derive
thing.
their self-love from loving other people.
Mm.
You know, there are some people who are so giving in nature.
Yeah.
They just want to take care of everybody
Yeah.
around them. But remember to take care of yourself.
First.
Do you know? Because you see some people, they are so giving, taking care of everyone.
Yeah.
Nobody remembers to say, Kenny,
Exactly.
how are you?
Exactly.
Nobody thinks of
Nobody.
asking you. Because if you even ask, you hear things like that, but it's you, Kenny, now. You're a strong woman.
Exactly.
You
You
know?
know, and I actually get that a lot. No, like I was saying to you, what I went through last night, and
Yes.
I'm here this morning, and some people say this girl is crazy.
Yeah.
But I move on. I move on so quick because I feel, like I said, my self love is like it's over the top right now, and I really,
Which is a beautiful
and honestly, I'm so grateful. I'm so happy. I'm at peace. So if I get a man to love right now, man, the way I'll scatter his head with loving,
Yes.
because I already have that love in myself.
And but the way I can ginger that love is by loving you as well.
That's what I'm saying. If obviously here, we know what we're saying. We know what
Like
we're
you guys
saying.
settling.
No, there's no settlement at this old age. There's no settlement anymore.
Yes.
It's both ways. It has to go both ways. Love me, I love you. Everybody, love is such a beautiful thing. You know those butterflies, that excitement.
Mm-hmm.
It's the most beautiful thing ever. But it has to be both ways.
I know, guys, this has to be continued. So now, moving on to the game
Oh, I'm playing the game.
of the day. Oh yes.
Oh, okay. I thought the last game.
So you pick either one.
Okay.
Date someone you love
Yeah.
or date someone who loves you more.
No, that's not a good question. But usually it's better if you're receiving more love, yes.
Facebook or Instagram.
Facebook, old school,
Free Wi-Fi or free coffee.
free Wi-Fi.
Of course.
What is the one thing that everybody likes you think is overrated